Charles, I grew up with Sierra Games. Any love? Well, yeah, Freddie Farkas, right? Sierra Games Online. And they did a lot of adventure games. And I think Sierra also was the publishing studio for Lords of Magic. When and where might someone apply for your coming game development studio? It'll be based in Wyoming. I haven't named it yet, but I already have several projects that I really want to get started. Unfortunately, I put it on hold because I had the Cardano stuff, but also because my brother wants to start a biotechnology company. And so we're right now starting that and setting that up as a Wyoming-based C corporation and getting all the IP and all that other stuff. And, that'll be set up around May. So the game company had to take a back seat, but we'll get around to it. What sort of practices do you do to maintain yourself amongst all the bullshit? You know, just to show you how bad things have gotten, I also use float tanks, isolation tanks, and I tell you, it's one of the best things you can do to de-stress. The facility that I use for float tanks and isolation tanks is literally next door to the King Supers where 10 people were brutally murdered. I almost went that day to go float. It was Isolate is the name of the center, and it's like right next to the King Supers, like where 10 people got brutally murdered. And then you tell people 10 people have been brutally murdered, and then you have people on Twitter yell at you about it and say Wind Moon and fuck you and Cardano's bad and you're a scam while you're giving condolences to 10 people dying. There is something seriously fucked up and wrong with the world, and no social consequences to the people who do these things. None whatsoever. We live in an age where everybody just says stuff, and it doesn't matter if it's true, they get away with it. And I don't know what to do about it. I really don't. They say don't let it bother you, but then it escalates and it escalates, and eventually people get deranged, and we see the outcome, violence. Are we just going to live in a world of mass shootings? Are we just going to live in a world where death threats are okay? When people mail you white powder and say it's anthrax, that's okay? Are we going to live in a world where half the people in the world hate the other half the people for reasons that aren't even true? Is this honestly where we're going to go? Turn the other cheek doesn't work in this scenario. There's something just seriously amiss and wrong.